All right, we're going to start week 5 with a little twist. The reading assignment is basically just some chat board where people are complaining about how terrible user interfaces are. And they're asking themselves, what are the forces behind the market that produce terrible appliance interface screens? And that's a really good point. In other words, you're probably going to get a better product, a better fridge, a better toaster, a better vacuum, if you get the one without the screen interface. And why is that? It's because most screen interfaces are designed so poorly because they're just rushed into production without any usability studies, without any research, that they're just garbage. And so the whole product is harder to use than it would be if you just had dumb traditional buttons. But yet, the market forces, that is, demand, sales, profits for the company, etc., force the manufacturer into that world, the world they don't understand, UX, UI, and they actually sell more and they sell at a higher price because it has the dumb screen that looks good when you first look at it. But when you go to use it after, a week in your house, you go, oh, this is pretty lame, and it doesn't really work. So, a good thing for us to ponder, because hopefully you can help change this trend, this very sad trend of the very high end products having the worst interfaces. All right, enough of that. Now onto the booklet. Um, Typography. Wait a second. I thought you already did your typography. Do I gotta do this over again? Did I have typography? Where did I have typography? Typography. It's in week 3. It can't be in week 5 as well. Am I going crazy? Oh, good. I'm glad because there's a lot of other things. Okay, so that's already done. Forget that. Typography's over with. Okay, you got to start figuring out your controls. So remember, I want you to. Controls is hopefully on the quiz. I believe it's one of the standard terms. In other words, anything that the user can interact with on the interface screen is a control. It could be a back button, it could be a navigation, it could be an icon, it could be a text message that a dialogue that you respond to, a scroll bar. Any of those are all controls. So I want you to prove to future employers, yeah, I understand what controls are. Here's examples of controls in my interface, blah, blah, blah. Okay, good. Now, I also want you to show you potential employers that you understand what dialogues are. And dialogues are anytime the computer, the interface, speaks to you, the user, and it's not going to be through sound, most likely. It'll be through a pop-up text message. And, you can respond to that. And it's usually just a way to guide the user from one thought or one stage of the interface to another. Now, there's another level to that, and that is alerts and confirmations. So, alerts and confirmations are also a form of dialogue. They're messages shared with the user, but they're at a different level because they're alerting you to a problem or confirming that you want to take a specific action. Probably the best example where you'll need an alert and a confirmation is if, let's say, you're designing an app, and this app forced you to create a login, a username, and password, and you decide you want to leave the system and delete your account. Well, you would have an alert to warn you, hey, once it's deleted, it's gone forever. And then you'd also have a confirmation. Are you sure you really want to do this? And then you click yes, and you delete your account permanently. So, again, this would really reflect well on your understanding of interface design if you could explain the difference between dialogues in general and specifically alerts and confirmations. All right, now we'll go on to the icons. And I'm thinking, navigation icons, but, you're probably going to have secondary ones like arrows, back arrows, and things like that as well. So show all those. Hopefully, as you remember before, that you've got some kind of system here. I would call this more of a combo system. I think overall the harmony's good, the weight's even. Yeah, so there's a nice unity there, and you can see there's an active state versus a non-active state. And then, of course, we're going to make some more screens, and we're going to continue piling those into InVision and linking them together. Hopefully, by this point, we'll have 16 screens in InVision. All right, so just ignore that typography. It won't be on there when you go to look at it. I'll change that. But that will be week 5. Thank you very much.